shows.
And this is a network, and you can have a podcast network on a YouTube channel
Yes,
too.
you can.
Hit that bell. Let's
That
get
is
into it.
that is.
That sounds like a perfect segue.
Can I tell y'all what I did this morning?
Yeah.
I woke up at like 6:30.
Nigga asked for consent.
Yeah.
I woke up at 6:30. Everybody was still asleep. We was at an engagement party last night, and I wanted to get grounded in my spirit.
I knew you was gonna say that shit. I just felt it.
So I went out to the beach. I took my shoes off. I stared at the water.
You had a cigarette?
I didn't even. I wanted to really get connected with the earth and the spirits. You know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't want to pollute the earth. You just
I didn't want
wanted
to pollute the earth, and I was just like really taking it in. I was like going through, you know, trying to jog the best Reddit titles and Reddit thoughts. You know what I mean? And as the water was receding back into the water, and the sand was escaping up underneath my toes, I said, "What the fuck am I doing, man? Let me get back to the bullshit."
I was about to say Langston Hughes.
I was just about to say that. Damn, nigga.
Yeah, man. So I mean,
Nigga was feeling like Maya Angelou.
What was you
Maya
drinking? A
Angelou.
tequila sunrise?
what did I drink last night? I think I had tequila. We was on tequila.
Yeah,
I was
tequila.
Some soft.
Corona, tequila, and then I had a couple
Casablanca,
vodkas. Yeah, I had a couple vodkas too.
Was this a Mexican wedding or something?
It wasn't.
Casamigos.
It was just. It's just what it was. But you know.
no, they were white.
But yeah, I mean, Brie Idiot's most recent episode.
Yeah.
It was I don't even know how to describe it. It was a very enlightening episode this past week. The Larry Elder thing is still continuing. So should we just say that we were addressed?
Yeah, we'll put it this way. Charlamagne the God has been talking to the next generation of up and coming broadcasters forever.
Most recently.
There was periods in time, like 2-3 years ago, where I feel like he's talking to me, even though I know he's not talking directly to me, because he's just talking about the new niggas coming up. He's giving game and shit.
It used to be real general, but now
It
it's
was
starting
real
to feel
general, but in
specific.
recent history, I've been feeling like this nigga is talking directly about the podcast I'm on several motherfucking times.
There's no question. There's no question about that. That's happening.
We're not the only ones that think it though. Like they be saying, you sent that Reddit post.
Yeah.
They was like, who is he shading at the end of last pod?
Yeah,
I was like, I
'cause-
think it's these Menace Material niggas.
And I saw it in Reddit because you know I have to go.
Gave him that
I
fucking
normally have to go.
Menace
Yeah,
Material
I
niggas.
normally have to go to Reddit just to make sure my thoughts are correct. Normally, that's like.
Just to get your confirmation bias.
Yeah, you know, I got to get my confirmation bias. You know, when I'm slacking, I'm like, you know, let me just pull some of the hottest posts. You know, what's trending for the past week and the flagrant, the Brie Idiot. You know, I need to make sure that I could come regurgitate these Reddit thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
And when y'all watched,
What do you mean when you say you talking about the topics or the feelings of the
Oh,
Reddit
everything,
post?
everything. I might as well, you know, everything. Because
Okay.
none of it was original.
but
You know.
when y'all watched it,
Like we just keep skating past the fact that like he just told us he Googled some shit and said it.
Yeah, so okay, so
That's why
we
when-
can play it. We can play. I got the link to
but
the YouTube video
but this,
right there.
isn't
in the
this exactly what Charlamagne like said? Like what did he say?
Charlamagne? Well, that's what we're about to play. So let's go. Click on that.
Because y'all had said it, and I was like,
When he had said this part in
146.
particular, I was like,
Every time-
nobody on here
It's
is
not
getting
this
their
clip.
opinions from Reddit.
But every time y'all say like, oh, so and
no,
so's
that is a
talking
clip.
about us,
Yeah, it's a clip. I forgot to put the clip.
I
in
get a
there.
little skeptical.
All
But
right, I'm
You
gonna.
can put
Nah, they
this on the
talking
screen too.
All right,
They
I'm
talking
gonna exit
about
out of it so they can.
Or it might just be if the shoe fits, wear it. But shit, I wear 13 and these seem like they my shit.
All right, let's
Yeah,
run
let's
it. Let's
go.
run it.
For
how much
months.
what?
And why I always say you can't build a sustainable business on YouTube. YouTube is for marketing and promotion.
Hit pause real quick.
I disagree.
Shout
Yeah,
out
this
Jeezy.
is a different conversation. Go to 140. Go to 145:45.
and no, nigga,
Yeah, that's exactly what he
that's
just
not
did.
that's not true.
Which we're
Charlamagne.
definitely gonna get into that for sure. Andrew stood 10 toes in that discussion.
He realized he never thought about
You
it.
never thought of
Yeah,
it.
we
But
gotta
that's
go
all
back-
I'm
gotta
saying.
Go back a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, go back.
I
a little
want you.
Okay, so you want to go back to?
That's definitely
just
it. So
145.
It's here, but he just said it. He jumped the
Right
gun.
here.
Yeah.
We caught it in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Just go back.
Then explain it.
Go back modestly, like until you see Andrew talking.
It's a childish shirt.
What, the Jeezy Snowman
Right,
shirt,
right
nigga?
there. All right, let's run it.
Nigga, that's a hip hop grill right there.
Let's watch the podcast.
Gravitate
We
towards
learned
it.
everything.
But since they're just chasing clout,
You ain't get
the
skinny.
human mind sees through it.
I watched somebody literally do a whole bit And I know it was everything they saw on Reddit. whatever a Reddit headline was, they were using the same language
Oh, wow.
that the headline was using.
Wow.
They had the same clips that Reddit was taking and posting. And I'm like,
so you ripping off.
And then when the people that were with him were trying to talk to him to explain why he felt the way he felt, he couldn't even explain it.
Because he never felt it.
You didn't feel that. You
just saw it
literally saw all of this shit on Reddit, and you was like, I'm gonna take this, use it for content on the pod. But when your people, because the people was like, I don't see it like that. Like, you know, I think it was like this, I think it was like that. And he couldn't even explain it. He couldn't
He just saw hot takes and then he got a little pushback on it. He realized he never thought.
You hear the passion in the he couldn't fucking explain it, nigga.
And it's like, but this is what I was saying. Like, Charlemagne should not care about the comments. Like the fact that he knows that you pulled it from Reddit.
That's a lot.
That means that he's on Reddit all the time.
Yeah,
you get
all
what I
of
mean?
them are,
And like, why are you on Reddit, Charlemagne? Like,
Now-
you're not busy enough.
now-
Go ahead. You're about to ask
I
something.
was about to say, do you feel like that fucks with your credibility?
No, I don't think it fucks with my credibility because this is the beauty of this podcast, I think.
Okay.
Is that we learn the game from people like these two these two OGs on the screen right here, brain idiots.
I've learned
You
everything
know,
I know about this shit
yeah,
from these
damn
two
near,
niggas
you know
on
what
the
I'm
screen.
saying? So it's like we've learned the podcasting has performance scoring as well, right? The beauty of this podcast is that we can watch a podcast. We know quality podcasts from good to bad because we've watched so many of them, this being a good example of a podcast. So it helps us look at other podcasts and be able to rate it and score it properly, right?
You know the barometer.
We know the barometer. We have our own barometer that is fairly close. Sometimes it's off, but that's why,
It's a pretty good metric.
which is also why this podcast works, is because if somebody does say something like me,
It's
that
three different opinions.
it's three different opinions, and if somebody does say
Four.
something,
Sorry, Lauren.
and if somebody does say something that hasn't been well researched, it might get sniffed out and smelled out, just like you guys
But-
did on mine. Because to be fair, normally when I do the topics for every single show, I normally work the topics for one complete week. So like as soon as we end this show, I've already started the note for the new one, and I'm working the topics and I'm adding and I'm removing, I'm working out everything.
It's a whole editing process.
Last
with that.
episode, I did all of them 8 hours before, maybe 12 hours before.
Okay.
So a lot of my talking points or whatever were not flushed out. They were headlines from Reddits and things of that nature. But mind you, I knew what I was doing going into there. But the beauty of a podcast and having long form content is that you get to be exposed for not being educated on the topic that you should be, that you're bringing to the table by your co-host. You get to work it out. And if the clip lasts for more than 10 to 15 minutes, you also get to flush that idea fully out too as well. So even though it wasn't fully, and when you first come to me and I'm just like, hey nigga, I don't know how you see it any other way, and I really don't have any boom boom. I don't have no boom boom boom. That's a fair assessment. It's just like how like when Larry Elder came and you realized that energy was off and niggas was getting washed and cooked. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's okay to come.
Somebody did that at the end.
It's okay to come to your show and say, you know, he got what he got. He got me a couple times. I got tagged. You know, just like it's in a 10-round boxing match. You don't win every round. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, I'm glad Charlemagne is actually watching our content, because there's some people that even comment, like they'll say, "Oh, y'all really think that?" And it's like one nigga said it. It's like
Right.
we have names. Tony's name isn't y'all. Jay Noble's name isn't
A
y'all.
lot of times they like to loop us all together.
You know
They
what I
do,
mean?
yeah.
Like, and that's another thing, nigga. You learn our fucking names.
They
nigga.
only
Yeah,
separate
names.
us out when it's like, I feel like it's when it's truly egregious or they want to correct somebody.
Yeah.
That's the only time, like,
Or when it's real love.
yeah, or when
Like,
it's
there's
real
occasional
love.
times where it's just love and they single out that person.
But that's the beauty of this podcast. It's like, see, Charlemagne got a chance to dip into our toes of what we do every single week on this show as we
little
watch
bit.
other podcasts and we get to critique him. He seemed like he was really having a good time. So understand.
it, yeah.
So welcome to our world. This is the world that we've
Oh,
created in
God.
the lane that we created on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we're one of the few that done it. You seem like you were having an amazing time in here. And I hope you revisit this area more than once. You know what I'm saying?
you
Because-
should, because
Amazing
we're
time.
definitely fruit off your fucking tree. We're like bastardized children.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And just the joy that I saw
Yeah.
you, the joy that I saw you giving us this critique, and me in particular, I said, he gets, now you understand. You felt that. That shit feels
Yeah,
good. It feels good coming every week to critique niggas. Now, just because it's the lane we created, just because we got into this lane, that don't mean you're off the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's on the table. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of the reason, well, I talk about you a lot because you my GOAT. Nigga,
Yeah.
there was points in time in high school where I literally had to defend me being a fan of this nigga.
Oh my God,
because
what?
of some shit he would say. Like
That's regular. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just how it was saying that you listen to `𝐷𝙾𝚃 the God content.
But
back
we
in
don't
the
even
day.
talk about that, and that's probably what we need to talk about more.
But
how we
I
used
mean-
to have to defend this nigga.
Just like how
Like, why would you give Envy that?
just like how he might have a take, just like how he might have a take, and they loop us all together. He'll see some shit, and he's gonna loop us all together. It's the same thing. Niggas just like to oversimplify things.
yeah.
And I just honestly, I genuinely
get it,
do
though.
believe that like there's still a lot of disassociation that Charlemagne has with that you're watching, that you have with YouTube creators, lanes,
Absolutely.
clickbaity titles. I think Schultz
He knows.
does not have as much of a disassociation, but in this moment, we shitting on niggas right now, and it feels good. So I'm gonna say as well that because Schultz had a little shot in there too. Where
Yeah,
he was
we gonna play that, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, when we go back, we'll have to go back. That's in the YouTube, but that's in that 141
What
section.
Schultz said?
Schultz had one
Schultz
of those
had
where he
a
was.
little something for us too, nigga.
He had one where he was like, yeah, you could just tell that. You know, they just woke up in the morning like thinking of headlines that like, yeah, I'm gonna kill him on YouTube with
Nah,
this one.
he said something.
That was one, though.
That was one of them. But yeah, he took a couple shots. He low-key took a shot at the artistry of this shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I need
think
to
he
hear
said
this.
something along the lines of like, when you aren't talented enough on your own, you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
raise hell to get attention.
Right. That was another thing too. Yeah, yeah.
See, and
What?
for them to say
on,
that we
hold
don't
on.
research,
Oh,
for
never
them
mind.
to say that we don't research anything, or like we don't know the real context of what's going on in their personal lives, 100% you're right. But you niggas also don't know shit about us, or how long we've been doing this,
Literally.
or what are we even doing here.
And the fact that Andrew, of all people,
Oh, he's pissed.
is saying that we have to
I
raise
know.
hell. Like, we have to raise hell. Like, nigga, what have you been doing for the
Listen
last
to what he
decade?
said.
Yeah, we're talking about a Hellraiser.
Like,
Flagrant.
listen to what he said. It's
Thank
gonna
you.
get
We
worse.
how you think we got it?
I don't think this is it.
That's another thing,
before we
though.
played it, I don't think this is this section right now.
Andrew
so,
is
yeah.
always
Just
pretty
wait.
fair on like the full spectrum of the concept of the philosophy, because he was
And-
like, he even said there was one point in time we did what they're doing right now, so we kind of got to give them the grace to learn.
Yeah, there was. They both said I don't blame them for what they're doing and things of that nature. You think that you have
But
to
you
shit
see-
on people?
But, okay.
But
Because
I
this is
don't
the
even-
thing, right?
Go ahead.
Like, and this might have to be its own little thing, but like shit on people.
Oh, we'll make that its own little thing. I think.
Yeah, we might have to make that its own
I'm
little
okay
thing.
with that. But just to like kind of close out this first
Yeah, don't forget
initial,
that.
we'll just hold on to that. We'll just close out this like first initial addressing area, and
Are you going to apologize?
no,
No,
what?
I'm not apologizing.
I didn't say anything disrespectful.
Yeah.
Or I say you got washed, and then I do believe that you did watch the full 22-minute clip. So as that went on, let's not also forget. Let's not act like Bray. It was my first podcast. Sometimes I'm coming here just to make hot takes because that's how you niggas did it too, and I learned from the best. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, they were original.
Well, they still,
yeah.
for sure. They still talk about it now with the rile. They call it the rile now, right?
Yeah.
that what they call it now?
Yeah, they riling shit up.
Yeah, with a lie,
love
with
good
a hot
rile.
lie.
Yeah.
What do you mean they were original in their? I'm just talking about like, they won't have all the facts, but they'll go in on something.
Nah,
That's all I'm
saying.
talking about.
I'm saying that the caveat that he put on when he admitted that is that the hot take isn't some shit that he read. It's some shit that they actually feel.
that correct.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that is correct.
It comes
Yeah,
from a genuine
that
place.
I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That 100% correct. Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, it's just like it is great too though because it's like podcasting is a beautiful space because you do get 13. You do get time to flush your thoughts out.
Yeah.
It's not
Work it out live.
It's not a donkey of the day segment where you're coming every day with a script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The beauty of a podcast is that you do get time to flush your ideas out. So even if you come off crazy and stupid in the beginning, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and we even said it last week, sometimes niggas just choose to die on the hill. You know what I'm saying?
And we smart enough.
Yeah.
We're smart enough to justify dumb shit.
Absolutely.
Which is a gift
Yeah.
and a curse, but it's a gift right now.
Yeah. But man,
This is beautiful though. I'm glad that we at the point in time in career where we getting talked about on the Brilliant Idiots.
But,
like
you-
I kind of think it is. You know what I think of it as? Because he's my GOAT. You remember the scene in The Last Dance when Michael Jordan was in the fucking locker room of the All-Star game, he was like, that little nigga Kobe Bryant, he just shoot the ball. He don't even let the game come to him.
Yeah.
And then he became his mentor and all that shit. It's just the arc of that shit. You come in, of course, I'm not gonna like you because I see you.
I'm not gonna put that much stock on it just because I'm not gonna put that much stock on it. But I do understand 100% with the sentiment that you're talking about. For sure.
It's the same shit.
I just didn't want to put the sentiment of like, yeah, I would take you niggas under my wing. I don't want to put that sentiment out there because niggas can do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying though.
But
overall,
it's a little
they even alluded in the clip that it was like, it's niggas like us that you should be seeking advice from that we would actually help you. He said, look, we gotta watch this clip.
Yeah, but
it's a lot to say.
I'm watching.
I don't know.
Yeah, we watch.
It's a little unfortunate. Like
we watch, and niggas don't shoot 100%. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't shoot 100% every podcast. This is y'all are 10 years in, and our podcast grew. Even though this is only episode 23, all of us are 5 to 6 years in. So it's like, the main, the 3-0 podcast is at 260 something episodes. Y'all show is at 100,
160
more than y'all are really probably at 200. Just the ones that you didn't put out.
Yeah,
so
I forgot we didn't count those.
Everybody's put reps in, and I'm sure, especially in those first 2 years, shit was not shooting at 100%. And then even now, Kobe has an off night. You know what I'm saying? LeBron has an off night. So it's not 100% every time he jump on his mic.
I don't think we had an off night that night that he's speaking of. I just don't think he liked the way we was getting the buckets. I think he thought that you was flopping.
No, that's true.
You was trying to get foul calls.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's not that we didn't score. He was like, man, this nigga shooting free throws.
I was getting the points real dirty. I ain't gonna lie. I was getting dirty points all night. You know what I'm saying?
We don't shoot bank shots in the NBA.
Because I knew. But then look, this is the thing.
Not calling backboard.
But look, I knew I did zero preparations. I said, hey, nigga. I'm putting points up. I'm shooting shit regardless tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether they land or not, who knows? But
nigga said, fuck it, I don't like it. Do something about it.
Fuck it, I don't like you tonight. But tomorrow I might love you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it's a little unfortunate that like the first time we're being brought up around 𝙬𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 and is on some negative, some like energy like this, which it's unfortunate because it's